couple more things to talk about before we move on to the Jim Schwartz, side of this, as he is starting to build out his coaching staff. He did make one hire. He brought on George Warhop, who
Great
was the
hire. Great hire.
offensive line coach with the Baltimore Ravens. He's going to take on that position here with the Cleveland Browns. You know him a little bit.
So George, Coach Warhop,
Mhm.
myself, and Monken were all in Tampa Bay together. So I,
Mm.
got- I got I got to experience and see and look firsthand at how kind of George operated. Very stern, demands a lot from the offensive line. He helped Donovan Smith really he's a former first round pick for Penn State. He helped kind of build him up and turn him into the guy he is today. So he to me is going to be a key piece that understands the system that Todd wants to run, understands what he wants to get out of his offensive line. And that's a big piece of where the Browns got to improve at, right? Is that offensive line. Can you get the most out of DeJuan Jones? Can you get the most out of these guys moving forward to be able to run the ball and play action and protect your quarterback, whoever that may be?
So you got a couple no nonsense guys already in the building on the offensive side of the ball that's going to hold you accountable. And
Mm-hmm.
we used to have a no nonsense guy, the offensive line coach before, by the name of Bill Callahan. I was fishing and looking for different people who might be a part of his coaching staff, and just looking at some guys. There's some holdovers that was former assistants with the Baltimore Ravens that John Harbaugh has not yet taken away. A guy like T. Martin, for example, who was the quarterback coach there, his name is now in the running since the Giants didn't land Todd Monken to be their next OC. Which, by the way, Adam Schefter said that Todd Monken with John Harbaugh is playing A, B, and C,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of scrambling right now to try to figure out what they're going to do, and how Jackson Dart was looking forward to learning from Todd Monken, and they was looking really forward to just having him in the building to teach the young guys and develop the young guys, and now they trying to figure that out. So, you we might have been able to we might have plucked a great one away from John Harbaugh, but a guy like T. Martin might be in play as the offensive coordinator for the Giants now that we have Todd Monken here, but he very well could be a possibility here for the Cleveland Browns, in a lateral move as the quarterback coach or the offensive coordinator. It's been a clip going around today of Clint. Who is it? I'm sorry. Who was it? It was Kliff Kingsbury, and he was talking about talking to Todd Monken and getting some advice from him about some changes he needed to make. That's a guy that possibly could be available. You land him as your offensive coordinator. Anthony Lynn, who interviewed with the Browns to satisfy the Rooney Rule, it's a possibility you can get him too. Just based off the relationships he's built.
Mm-hmm.
How you see the rest of this coaching staff on the offensive side of the ball kind of playing out?
Well, I'm gonna say this, and the Browns fans got to make a decision. Like you gotta, and it's hard, right? Because of how the organization is ran right now. Um, but Ty gonna get the job done. Like I think you'll see improvement when it comes to Ty. We talked about him being a no nonsense type of guy, a straightforward type of guy. The guy he bring in, George Warhop, strict. He's going to be about his business. He's not going to play around with you. That's what you're going to get. It's going to be structure, right? It's going to be accountability. It's going to be responsibility. It's going to be things you look for in a football team. And one thing Todd knows how to do, Coach Monken, excuse me, I never call him Todd. He's always Coach Monken to me. What Coach Monken knows how to do is to get the best out of those guys. So when he brings guys in, those are guys he trusts and that believe the same thing that he believes. So whether that's T. Martin, whether that's other guys that can fit else, that worked with him in the past, he's going to get the most out of those guys. And I think you're going to get, I think it's important to understand when you bring guys on the offensive side, which you need the most help in, you got to have guys with that same mindset. Because you got a lot of young guys that need to be developed, that need to be taught, that need to be poured into to know how to be a pro and to know how to get better in this league, right? So I think that's going to be critical. So I'm trusting them. I'm going all in on them. And I'm excited about the hire. But the guys he can bring in, man, just on a relational piece, they're really good coaches. And they're going to teach the same way, the same mindset when it comes to coaching this Cleveland Browns team.
All right, a couple more things before we move on to Jim Schwartz. First and foremost, man, hit that like button. Thank y'all. We got 879 people watching us live, man. We know we appreciate y'all. Y'all active in the chat. Y'all sending y'all super chats, man. We just trying to give y'all some insights and some, some details about it. Bro, I tell people all the time, like, I get it. The Browns has not been good. We've been to the playoffs 3 times since we returned in 1999. And a lot of Browns fans have an opinion that, Browns media, Cleveland media is always negative. And sometimes, man, just my opinion when I listen to some of my brethren in this game, it's like, damn, like, why always the Debbie Downer approach? Right now, we don't know if this is going to be a good hire, right? Like, he has not taken the field, he has not won or lost no game, so that's to be determined. But to create some optimism and to educate ourselves on who he is as a man, how he goes about his business as a coach, like, I hope this is giving Browns fans some renewed energy and a sense of optimism that, you know what, like, we ain't got to be down in the dumps forever. We just might be able to turn this thing around. A couple things I do want to bring up. You gave him a ringing endorsement. Daryl Ryder put this out here. This came from Coach John Harbaugh. He said, Todd is an outstanding coach. He has worked his way up and paid his dues. He was invaluable in what we did the past 3 years in Baltimore. He deserved this opportunity, and I believe he will be successful. Todd is a good friend. I wish him all the best with the Browns. Daniel Oyefusi put this out. This came from Kirby Smart. Todd brought an exceptional level of professionalism and creativity to our program. His ability to develop quarterbacks and craft game plans tailored to our players' strengths was instrumental to our success. What we accomplished wouldn't have been possible without his impact. We are incredibly excited for Todd and Terry, man. So shout out to our new head coach, Coach Monken.